I have my 2026 reading journal in front of me. So what do you say? Let's set up a few more spreads. Hey guys, I'm Tracy and this is A Girl with Plans. I want to welcome you all back to my channel. And for those of you that may be new, welcome. So I guess this is kind of like a reading journal setup because I'm setting up spreads in my reading journal, but this is more of decorating some fun Alice in Wonderland theme spreads using stickers, stamps, and anything else in between in my bullet journal. You know, it's kind of either one. You don't really have to have a reading journal or be interested in reading journals to enjoy this kind of setup. So this is my reading journal. I've done a setup video showing you guys how I plan to organize this particular journal. I think I'm going to be making a change with that. We'll get to that in a minute. Just in case you're following along and maybe my change might prompt you some kind of idea if you're creating your journal. And then here is my title page. See, I kind of did the whole 3D-ish effect, we'll call that. There we go there with the keyhole. Maybe I shouldn't call it a peephole. It's a keyhole that they use for peeping. But there we go. I liked how that turned out. This font is crazy. I'm like, is that spelled right? But it is. I don't think I'm going to use that font throughout just because I feel like it needs to be large like this to like read it. And I'm not sure that I have that everywhere else. Now I'm going to show you another spread that I've done off camera. So I still haven't done this spread. This is going to be the intro page kind of. That's going to house like key information, like color coding information, rating scale information. So this is like the info page. I don't have an index. I will not have an index. So we have that. And then next we're going to have my goals page. Here's my goals page. See, so this is kind of like a typewriter font. And I kind of like this a little bit better than this. I like this for the front, but I think this is kind of fun and it needed that. But I think this is fun here. So yes, a very black and white spread, but I'm okay with that. So I did a tree with Alice going into the rabbit hole, or that's what we're going to assume. I kind of put a little Cheshire cat face there. So this whole tree, or some of this tree, was in a Canva clip art. Had Alice, some of the tree, and I think this. I merged it with another tree to give me like a little bit more space in here because I think the tree went that way. So I merged it with the tree that went this way too. And then I added the face of a Cheshire cat because I thought that was kind of neat. I know that's not realistic because she's still in the real world getting ready to go into Wonderland, but hey, it's my reading journal. And then it was kind of bland, so I added some black and white stars. Here's going to be my key. I already set that up. And then the translucent dots, I already put them on in a little sticker book. They're on rolls. And I got this little Go Wild sticker book, and I put all of the little dots on here. So this will be with my reading journal next year, and then that's how I'm going to use that. I figure it's a lot easier. I don't have to worry about smudging because it's smudged enough because I use this like number stamp here. And it was hard. It was hard. It gave me problems. I have some whiteout marks, some things didn't stamp correctly. I had to restamp. But for the most part, it works. 75 is kind of where I landed. Anything over that is fine. I just won't track it here because this is all about my goals. You guys saw this last time. I created all of this in Canva. This is all Canva clip art, I think. Maybe the girls aren't. That might have been from that. Oh, I can't show you the next one yet. We haven't finished that one. All right. Then we're going to hold off on this one. This is going to be my series tracker. I just got to figure out how to organize it. This is going to be the room with the doors and the glass table with the eat me and drink me thing in it. So that's how I'm going to figure out how to do that. It's going to take some more getting used to. So I think we're going to go here today. This is going to be my priority TBR list. But it's going to be my TBR list, and I'm going to divide it up, but I'm not going to like set that part up yet just because I'm not 100% sure. I can decide that at the end of December. Am I going to do 13 for my priority, 13 for the physical? So I think I want to do the mushrooms because she goes to a mushroom garden. You can see what's coming up for the next spread I'm going to do today. But I think I want to do like the mushroom garden thing. Mushroom garden thing. I found this cute little mushroom house, but then I was like, well, let me check here too. And this came from Cora Creole. Look at that. And then we have all of these like little mushroom things in different colors. These houses are smaller, But we could also, or I could also do multiple levels. And we do have an Alice. We can put an Alice in here. There's no rules, but I like some of these. I don't know. I mean, I think they'll go well with the ones I already have. So maybe we'll play around with it, but I think we might go ahead and move this. I don't know about the house though. We might use those. The other thing is we got these. These are some like journaling papers or scrapbook papers they got from Korea Crafts and their Alice subscription box. So you have these cute girls that are like, got like the mushroom hats and stuff on, but I think they might be too big because I was like, I can use that as my Alice and put it there. But then if I do like 13, because I would cut her out, obviously. Like I think I would need to cut her out. But then if I want like 13 book covers here is what I'm thinking. It's going to take up a lot of room. I mean, I could always like, she would be taller than the house because I think the little one, I would like to use some of these, but I think it's turning out to be all of these like really cool ones like this that I would have to cut out. What did I just do with the other ones? I may end up having to use for like my monthly pages because I have like really big, I'll be doing like an actual fun cover page. Seriously, what did I just do with all the other ones? Like I literally set it aside. Is it in the book? I don't know. Maybe it slid off my desk. That's always a possibility. There's like a black hole somewhere in my craft room. And then with that also said, when she went where all the mushrooms were, there was also some like wildflowers. So this book had some wildflowers. I'm sure I have plenty of books with wildflowers, but we're just going to use these. I'm talking about these. I just use these as a space saver, but we can pop some of those in as well. So what I'm thinking is like the decorations kind of stick to the bottom. However, it's not really as big of a deal because let's move all this aside for now. I'm probably going to be using book covers to put over it. So that is going to give me some space. So what I need to decide is, do I want to use that one? Or do I want to use these? I'm thinking the smaller one, even though I just wasted all my ink. I'm thinking these smaller ones might work out. Because, I mean, I only have so much room. See, that's so cute. I think this one needs to be more, well, hold up. We might just have to save the mushrooms for, like, another spread. I also have another, hold up. I do have another sticker book like this. It's not Alice in Wonderland, but it's this Elves Cottage. See? Look at that, y'all. Okay, I don't think I'm going to use that one. I think I'm going to use these. This is really cool. Oh, look, there's mermaids. I bought this so long ago. I got it from Temu. Pre-tariffs. So it was a long time ago. This is cool. All right, stop looking at sticker books, Tracy. We gotta go. All right, so yes. I would like to have an Alice, but is she gonna mess things up for me as far as, is there gonna be room? The only thing about having an Alice is like, if I have the Alice, is that now my Alice? Can I have different Alices throughout the book? I think that's going to be it. Now, I could do a couple of things. One of which, I don't think I'm going to do anything now. I think this one's going to be come back to later. I'll just revisit it when we go and I come back to do like another spread. I'll revisit this because I got to figure out, I'm pretty sure I want to do book covers because I can print them all at once. Although, yeah, all at once. I was going to say, although if I have any new releases, I might not have that book cover. But if I do like 1 inch, this is where I'm going to plan it out just a tad. So what I kind of need is 4 going across, 3 down, and then 1 just kind of hanging out. I should have enough for 13 on both sides. It shouldn't be an issue. So that will pretty much fill up everything because this whole side here, so the book covers will go down to here and then I'll have 1 more. So I could add a quote, but I think I would add, I don't think they have, I think they have really weird quotes. Like this one, curious with an R at the end. Although I kind of like this quote. The only other thing, actually, hold up. So I'm mapping this out with you guys. This is pretty much how chaotic it is. So I could come here. I could do 5 and 5 and then do 3 at the bottom. Maybe I should do that. I don't like the 1 at the bottom. So I'm thinking more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would center it a little bit more. But I also need to be aware of the title. But I think I'll do 5 and 5 and then 3 here. And then that should work. And then I can do something like that. Or here. Or here. Okay, I kind of like that. So I will shift all these over just a little bit to kind of put it more in the center, but I'm kind of liking that. So yeah, this whole page is going to be filled up with book covers. So I think I'm pretty much done for this. All right, we're not going to do this, but we are going to do the book battles, I think. So the book battle. This was a full tree on my, on Canva. I took it halfway off the page because I didn't want it. So I'm going to put the half tree over here. This is called Best of the Best. I was going to say, or Mad About Books, but, you know, I felt like not doing that today. I was like, we're going to keep it simple. These are going to be the star of the show. Oh, they're so big. But I think we'll be fine because I'm not going to have very much else here. I could take them a little bit further down. Maybe I shouldn't do this right yet. We'll put like that there. That's the Mad Hatter. That was just like a little thing. So I'm going to have Best of the Best. I don't know how that's going to be. Now, because I've never used this layout, it's going to take me a little bit of time. So what I do is I battle by the quarter to come up with like the top book of the quarter. So the first 2 months battle, no, the first 3 months battle each other for the top book of the quarter. That's how I do it. So what I was thinking, I also have dates because we're going to need some of these. So I have this. I have this. Because I could use some of these boxes to write in the actual book. Or I could use, I don't know. I kind of want to use some boxes, but now I don't know. All right. So we need 1, 2, 3. So we do need 6 across here. And then 6 across here. And then they go down. And then I have room. So I think I'll have room. I'm just going to put it down. If we have to use the undo, I'll use the undo. I think in my last video I called it Goo Gone. No, it's the undo. I do have Goo Gone, but I don't know how that would work with paper. I don't think very well. So yeah, I like the black silhouette of this. It's just a lot of the Tea Party artwork I found was very... I kind of want this up. It was very cartoonish. And I kind of like... that's why I went with a lot of the black and whites, because you can't see the characters' faces. That didn't pop out for some reason. So now I have to erase that. All right. Anything else that looks obvious that needs to pop out? About here is what I'm thinking. We can definitely take it off the page a little bit. And then I'm going to have to cut it. But then I can probably just use a marker to fill in any of the color right there. So I'll just use... I can't get it down in there, but it's good enough. It's good enough. All right, I'm going to trim this. Yeah, so in the order that I'm kind of going in, I think this is where the Tea Party would be, give or take. And then we're going to go to the forest for the 5 stars. So I did swap that. The quotes is what I'm moving. So I remember I said I was going to be moving something. So I think I might shift everything back unless I have a reason to add something else to that section. So I think my quotes are going to come back here with the superlatives. I think they're going to come back here. I should have enough pages at the end of the year. So that's where that's going to be. I was like, we'll just put it at the end. Okay, so we have that. So now we're going to put this tree that looked ginormous on this page, and now it's not so much. And I got to be delicate with it because of how the Cricut cuts. And it's such a large sticker. Probably going to have to get some tweezers. I added the lanterns. That's what I do in Canva. Like, that was just a branch, and I added the Cheshire Cat. So I do that a lot of times in Canva as I, like, merge images together to kind of create something that I want. So I was like, let's add some lanterns. Make this a more like romantic dinner. Have some mood lighting. All right, so this all needs to be right up against the edge. So it was like a lot of these. I think I just did spooky black trees. That's what my search was in Canva to get this. And of course, you know, the tree ideally would have been bigger. But again, I have to think about space and what's going on this page. And I have 12 books to put, and they're going to battle each other. So I need room for that. I just got to figure out, do I want to put the book covers on here? I mean, I'm going to have to print out the book covers anyway for like reviews and stuff. So it's not like it's going to be a lot of extra work. I just got to figure out the spacing issue. So I could do the book covers. It actually probably would take up a little bit less room with the book covers. Oh, see, I like that. All right, and then we have the moon and the Cheshire Cat. We'll have to do that at some point. I think best of the best is gonna have to be now. There is something I could do if I want to. So I am gonna bring out the stamps in a minute. I could also do like a light covering in the back of like gray, so it's not so stark. I don't know what I should do. But we are going to stamp real quick because I do need to do that. Where is my stamps? All right. There we go. Look how good that looks. Okay, I do think I can put the moon, because that's just going to go over here in the corner. There we go. I like it. Okay. Now I need to figure out this book battle. I don't know that if I got to figure out, hopefully I'm not putting the ink anywhere. Where's the top to this? So I need to figure out if I want to use covers or not. So if I went down like this, the way I think I would do it would be the titles of the books for each month. And then when we get the winners of the quarters, then we would do the covers. So basically what I would do is I would have 6 months here, and I would just draw boxes or something. So we could say something like this would be here, some type of box. All right, so I only have enough room for 5 if I go that large. This is causing problems, y'all. I did not think this was going to be that difficult. It's just I had more room in the B5. So like here, the problem is I also need to make sure I have enough room for my dates. So like if I go here, I would want it here. All right, so I don't have enough either direction. So I'm gonna have to do covers. that solves it. I have to do book covers. So, and then we can put this guy here. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna have a book cover here, and that one's gonna compete against that one, and it's gonna lead to this one. Okay. All right, y'all, that took forever. And what took forever is the changing my mind on the month stickers like 3 times. So I went from clear stickers, which had a very, very long border. Let me see if I can find one just to actually show you how long that border was. Well, this is a long, but all of them had the same length. So if it just had 3 letters, like May, it still had that long. It was still the same length. So they were just way too long. And then I went with the bigger date stickers from Mojo Jojo, which were these. And they ended up taking too much room in between. So then I ended up finding the Happy Planner ones that were the perfect fit. You know, third time's a charm. But now I drew the boxes for the covers. I usually don't like to do that because every cover isn't going to exactly fit in perfectly. But because the covers are not going to go in until the end of the month, I wanted to kind of have a completed spread, or one that looked completed, because it looks cute as I look through it throughout the year. So that's why I did that. The winner's going to go here instead of here, just because there's room there. I might end up putting a quote somewhere or something like that. And then this spread. So this is going to be like my TBR. I'm going to move all of these over because I've decided I'm going to do 5 books, and then 3 books. And I'll do the same over here, and then I'll do a title there, whatever it is. So yeah, that's how I'm going to do it. And this was fun. It took a long time. It took a long time, and when you look at it, you would not think it would take that long. Now you know why I started doing these setups early, because of how long it takes, and I don't want to do multiple spreads like on the same day or multiple spreads on the same week, even though I did 2 today, just because they are so time consuming. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Maybe it gave you some ideas, maybe not decoratively, but it might give you some ideas of how to set it up and things like that. If you did enjoy it, please press that like button. And if you have yet to subscribe, I hope you would also consider subscribing to my channel. That's all I have for now. I hope you have a good rest of your day, evening, or night. Until next time, bye.